Hello friends, today we will discuss about Faraday's law of induction, then relation between charge and flux and the Lenz's law. First we discuss about Faraday's law of induction. Now friends, you have to remember the statement of the Faraday's law. It is like this: the magnitude of induced EMF is equals to time rate of change of magnetic flux, right? So the magnitude of induced EMF is equal to time rate of change of magnetic flux, right? So the induced EMF is equals to the time rate of change of flux. So here we denoted magnetic flux by phi. Here the magnitude of induced EMF. So EMF is denoted by E. So this EMF is equals to the time rate of change of flux. So rate of change of flux is d phi by dt. So the equation of the Faraday's law of induction is E is equals to minus d phi by dt. This negative sign shows the direction of EMF, right? So this negative sign shows the direction of induced EMF. So friends, you have to remember this statement: the magnitude of induced EMF is equals to time rate of change of flux. So the equation of Faraday's law of induction is E is equals to minus d phi by dt. This negative sign shows the direction of induced EMF. Now, if n number of turns then this equation is given by E is equals to minus n d phi by dt, right? So if there are n number of turns, then the induced EMF is given by EMF E is equals to minus n d phi by dt, right? So friends, this is the Faraday's law of induction, right? Now we will discuss the relation between charge and flux. Now here we already know the equation of the Faraday's law of equation. Faraday's law of induction, E is equals to minus d phi by dt. Now here we have to prove the relation between charge and flux. Now we already know that EMF E is equals to minus d phi by dt. So from the Faraday's law of induction, we know that EMF E is equals to here change in flux, that is delta phi with time delta t, right? So from the Faraday's law of induction, we can write that like this: EMF E is equals to delta phi by delta t. If I say here change in flux is delta phi in time delta t, right? Here we take magnitude of induced EMF. So here the equation will be like this: EMF E is equals to delta phi by delta t. But we know that EMF E is equals to IR, right? So, but we know that EMF E is equals to I, right? Or here you can write capital R or small r as you wish, right? So we know that EMF E is equals to IR. So instead of E, we can write IR is equals to delta phi by delta T. Here we have to prove the relation between charge and flux. So we know that I is equals to delta Q by delta T, right? We already discussed this concept in chapter number 3, right? So, but I is equals to delta Q by delta T. So, here instead of I, we can write delta Q by delta T into R is equals to delta phi by delta T. So, here delta T cancel. So, here we can write that delta Q is equals to delta phi by R. So this is the relation between charge and flux. Once again friends, to find the relation between charge and flux, we use the Faraday's law of induction. Here the change in flux is delta phi. So EMF E is equals to delta phi by delta T. But we know that E is equals to IR, where I delta Q by delta T, right? So instead of E, IR is equals to delta phi by delta T, but I delta Q by delta T. So here instead of I, delta Q by delta T into R is equals to delta phi by delta T. Delta T cancel. So here delta Q is equals to delta phi by R. So here the relation between charge and flux is delta Q is equals to delta phi by R. So here we can say that the charge is depend on the flux, not time rate of change of flux, right? So the question will be like this: prove the relation between charge and flux, or prove that the charge is depend on the flux, not time rate of change of flux, right? So this is about Faraday's law of induction and then relation between charge and flux, right? Now friends, we discuss about the Lenz law. But friends, before start the Lenz law, we know that if the current is induced in the coil and if there is a current in the coil, then there are two directions, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Now if I say, here consider friends, this is one coil, circular coil like this, and this is another one, circular coil like this. Now friends, if I say here in this coil, suppose the direction of current is anti-clockwise, right? Now if the direction of current is anti-clockwise, then this coil is behave as a north pole like this, north, right? You can see here that here this is the north pole and right. So here if the direction of current is anti-clockwise, then the coil is behave as a north pole, and if the direction of current is clockwise like this, then the coil is behave as a south pole like this, right? So if I say the direction of current is anti-clockwise, then the coil is behave as a north pole, and if the direction is clockwise, then this coil is behave as a south pole, right? The design is like this. Here this is the N pole, so you can see here that here the direction is anti-clockwise, and here see the design of this S, right? So here from this you can see here that the direction is clockwise, right? So friends, you have to simply remember, if the direction of current is anti-clockwise, then the coil is behave as a north pole, and if the direction of current is clockwise, then the coil is behave like a south pole, right? Now from this concept we discuss about the Lenz law. Now friends, you have to remember this statement of the Lenz law. The statement is like this: the polarity of induced EMF is such that it tends to produce a current which opposes the change in the flux, right? So the statement is like this: the polarity of induced EMF is such that it tends to produce the electric current which opposes the change in the magnetic flux that produce it, right? So friends, you have to remember the statement of this Lenz law. The statement is like this: the polarity of induced EMF is such that it tends to produce the electric current which opposes the change in the magnetic flux that produce it, right? So here the polarity of the induced EMF is such that it produces the electric current which opposes the change in the magnetic flux. So here friends, from this statement we can say that here the current produced such a way that it opposes the change in the magnetic flux. Now see here friends, consider this is the side of the coil like this. Consider friends, this is side of one coil. Now here we bring the magnet towards the coil like this. So here friends, we bring the magnet towards the coil. Now what happens? Now when we bring this magnet towards the coil, now here the magnetic flux starts increasing as we move this magnet towards the coil. Now what happens friends? Here when we move this magnet towards the coil, then there is a change in the flux. But as per the statement, here electric current produced which opposes the change in magnetic flux. એટલે શું થશે ફ્રેન્ડ્સ, જોવો જ્યારે તમે મેગ્નેટ આ કોઇલની નજીક લાવો છો, કયો પોલ આવે છે? નોર્થ પોલ. હવે એક વસ્તુ આપણને બધાને ખબર છે, નોર્થ પોલ નોર્થ પોલ, સાઉથ સાઉથ repel each other and north south attracts each other. Now here when we bring this magnet towards the coil, then there is a change in magnetic flux. So now due to change in the flux, we know that electric current produced. But here electric current produced such a way that it opposes the change in flux. Now we know that North Pole repel each other, right? Now what we need to oppose the flux? So here to oppose the change in flux, this coil behave as a North Pole, because we know that North Pole repel each other. So here current passing through this coil is in anti-clockwise direction, like this. So here the current start flowing in the anti-clockwise direction, right? Once again friends, here as per the statement, electric current produced such a way that it opposes the change in magnetic flux. So friends, when we bring this magnet near to the coil, then change in the magnetic flux occurs. But here what happens? Here electric current produced such a way that it opposes the change in flux. So we already know that when we bring the magnet near to the coil, magnetic flux change, and due to change in flux, electric current produced. But here as per the statement, electric current produced such a way that it opposes the change in flux. So here to oppose this coil act as a North Pole. So here this coil act as a North Pole. So here current passing in this coil is in anti-clockwise direction. Now we discuss about second case. Now friends, when we move this magnet away from this coil, right? Now see friends, this is case 1. Now we discuss about the case 2. Here, see. This is the coil, this is the magnet, north, south. Right, here we move the magnet near to the coil. Now, here in this case, now we move the magnet away from the coil. Now what happens? Friends, see, when we move the magnet near to the coil, then we know that magnetic flux increase. But now in this case too, when we move this magnet away from the coil, then what happens? Flux start decreasing. But we know that here current produced such a way that it opposes the change in magnetic flux. એટલે અહીંયા શું થશે ફ્રેન્ડ્સ, તમે જ્યારે મેગ્નેટને મૂવ કરો છો અવે ફ્રોમ ધી કોઇલ, બટ કન્ડિશન શું થશે? મેગ્નેટિક ફ્લક્સ ડિક્રીઝ થવું જોઈએ નહીં, ઇન્ક્રીઝ થવું જોઈએ. તો શું થશે? નોર્થ પોલને દૂર જવા દેશે નહીં. એનો મીનિંગ આ કોઇલ કયા પોલ તરીકે એક્ટ કરશે? એઝ એ સાઉથ પોલ. મીનિંગ કે જ્યારે તમે મેગ્નેટને મૂવ કરશો અવે ફ્રોમ ધી કોઇલ, then flux start decreasing, current produce. But here current produced in the clockwise direction, because when we move this magnet away from the coil, then flux start decreasing. And we know that if there is a change in flux, current produce. But here current produced in such a way that it opposes the change in flux. So to oppose it, here when we move this magnet away from the coil, then here this side of coil act as a south pole. So here current flow in the clockwise direction. Once again friends, see here. What is the statement of Lenz's law? So the polarity of induced EMF such a way that it tends to produce the current which oppose the change in magnetic flux that produce it. Now here friends, when we move this magnet near to the coil, then what happen? flux start increasing. But here, as per the statement, current produced such a way that it oppose the change in flux, right? એટલે flux increase થવું જોઈએ નહીં. એટલે મેગ્નેટને તમે નજીક લઈ જાઓ છો, બટ કરંટ એવી ડાયરેક્શનમાં ફ્લો થશે કે એ ચેન્જ થાય છે જે ફ્લક્સનો, એને શું કરે? અપોઝ ક્યારે થાય? નોર્થ સાથે આવે તો શું થાય? રિપેલ. એટલે જે કોઇલ છે એ કોઇલ એન પોલ રીતે એક્ટ કરશે. એટલે કે એમાંથી કઈ ડાયરેક્શનમાં કરંટ ફ્લો થશે? એન્ટી ક્લોકવાઇઝ. બટ when you move the magnet away from the coil, then what happened? Flux start decreasing. But here current flow such a way that it oppose the change in flux. એટલે જ્યારે તમે મેગ્નેટને દૂર લઈ જાઓ છો, ફ્લક્સ ડિક્રીઝ થશે, બટ કરંટ કઈ ડાયરેક્શનમાં ફ્લો થાય? ટુ ઓપોઝ ધી ચેન્જ ઇન ફ્લક્સ. એટલે ફ્લક્સ ડિક્રીઝ થવું જોઈએ નહીં, ઇન્ક્રીઝ થવું જોઈએ. તો એ ક્યારે થાય? અહીંયા સાઉથ હોય તો એટ્રેક્ટ થશે, એટલે જે કોઇલ છે એ કોઇલ સાઉથ પોલ, ઇટ એક્ટ એઝ એ સાઉથ પોલ. સો હિયર કરંટ ફ્લો ઇન ધી ક્લોકવાઇઝ ડાયરેક્શન. નાઉ આમાં પણ કન્ઝર્વેશન ઓફ એનર્જી, લો ઓફ કન્ઝર્વેશન ઓફ એનર્જી પિક્ચરમાં આવશે. વાય? જુઓ ફ્રેન્ડ્સ, શું થશે? અહીંયા જ્યારે તમે મેગ્નેટને, when you move this magnet towards the coil, then what happens? This coil behave as a N pole. હવે તમે મેગ્નેટને નજીક લઈ જવા માંગો છો, કોઇલ N pole ની રીતે એક્ટ કરે છે, નોર્થ રિપેલ થશે. એટલે જો તમારે મેગ્નેટને કોઇલની નજીક લઈ જવું હોય તો તમારે વર્ક ડન એપ્લાય કરવું પડશે, રાઈટ? એનો મિનિંગ શું થયો? તમે જે વર્ક ડન એપ્લાય કરો છો એનું તમને આઉટપુટ મળશે, રાઈટ? ધેટ્સ ધી લો ઓફ કન્ઝર્વેશન ઓફ એનર્જી. એનર્જી કન્વર્ટ વન ફોર્મ ઇન્ટુ અનધર ફોર્મ, રાઈટ? બટ સપોઝ આવું શું પોસિબલ છે? વી ડિસ્કસ અબાઉટ કેસ 3. હિયર ધીસ ઇઝ ધી coil. Suppose here this coil behave as a south pole, like this, current flow in the clockwise direction. Now here this is the north pole, this is the south pole. Here, say friends, this case is possible or not? Right? When you bring the magnet towards the coil, near to the coil, it is possible that this coil behave as a south pole, right? So this case does not possible. Why? Because assume that this is not possible, because we know that if north pole and south pole are there, then there is a force of attraction, right? So without any energy you get the kinetic energy. But what the law of conservation says? Energy convert one form into another form. It cannot be generated or destroyed, right? So when you move this magnet near to the coil, this case is not possible. Why? Because without any input you get the kinetic energy. That is not possible. It violates the law of conservation, right? So friends, this is about the Lenz's law, right? So friends, these are very important topics for your examination. The questions are like this: explain the Faraday's law of induction, then prove the relation between charge and flux. Then these things you have to remember, friends. If there is a current flow in anti-clockwise direction, then the side of this coil behave as a north pole, and if the current flow in clockwise direction at a side of this coil, then this side behave as a S pole. So if the direction is anti-clockwise, then there is a N pole, north pole, and if the direction is clockwise, then there is a south pole. And last question, explain the Lenz's law and define the conservation of energy, right? In this last case we discuss the violation of the law of conservation of energy. Okay friends, thank you.